Welcome to our drive-in theater. We have a wonderful evening's entertainment lined up for you, one that will provide several hours of pleasurable relaxation and diversion for you and your family.
Okay. Hello, everybody.
Dumbass forgot to take the loop off. Hello, everybody. Grover here. All right, who we got in the house? We got 0. Oh, we got 6. That went from a 0 to 6 just like rocket speed.
Boom.
Da-dum, boom, da-dum, doom, doom.
I got a dirty feeling.
Yeah, we got to speed that up. We got 7. All right, show your faces. Show your faces. What the heck? I got me a new light. Check this out.
Oh.
No, you ain't seen it yet. Ooh.
Oh. Oh. So you can turn on your own nighttime now. Alexa don't have to do it for you.
Turn on my heart light. Yeah, fucking stupid song.
Yeah.
One of the few I didn't like by.
No, I don't like that song. I don't like that song either.
After E.T. We got 11 people out there and not a peep of who's out there. Oh, Patricia's with us. I see her there on the outside. It's not coming through here. There she is. Hey, Patricia. Welcome back. We're ready for some fun. We got a lot of stuff planned today. Got to get through some things today. Get the flowers sorted out. I think we've decided what we're going to do. Going to show everybody on that. There's Lori. Good day, dudes.
Howdy.
What have I got for that one? I don't have anything for that one, do I? Oh, here we go.
Wow!
Hey, Ed's in the house. Hey, Ed.
Ed?
Oh, you like that, Ed? Boy, I got some more coming out tonight. Thanks. Yeah, I'm going to be doing tonight. I'm releasing the actual what they've done with the master of Burning Love, and then I'm doing 3 rehearsals compared to what the original release. The rehearsals aren't. I don't think the rehearsals are that great on the disc, but some of them are pretty good from the 70s. The 70 ones got some pretty good rehearsal stuff. But yeah, thanks.
Oh.
We had a couple of people last week, Ed, that wants to know when you're going to come join us. So we need
royalty.
If you want to do that, I'll send you an email if you're interested. Have you pop in with us one Sunday? We'd love to have
royalty Ed.
Yeah, Olga's here. Hello, Olga. Susan. Who else we got here? We got Patricia. Did I miss anybody? We got 16 on 17. That's growing. Yeah. So, I'm having fun with those with the comparisons. I did that with a lot of the Memphis box set. I only heard the album so far. Yeah. I'm going to go through every one of the songs on the album one because supposedly 34 of the songs were supposed to be the dubs removed. I don't know which ones they would be because process of elimination would be that they're not the rehearsal discs. So that would be discs number 4 and 5. Is that correct? And then the first one is obviously the album. That's only got 17 songs on it. And then the next album are outtakes that don't have overdubs because they haven't been dubbed yet. So I'm kind of confused of which ones are going to be the ones that are supposed to be
overdubless.
Oh, yeah, overdubless. Hello, Kirsty. Even Satin is in the house. Banjo Paul is in the house. He made it earlier. That's a good times roll. He's camera shy. He's got a YouTube channel, but he's camera shy. Oh man, you'd have
Who's that?
fun. I'd like to talk to you about your parents. Weren't they at the Madison Square Gardens shows? I would love to talk to you about that. Have you come on and
Well, Ed says he's camera shy.
yeah, that's what he said right there.
Oh, come on, Ed. You kidding. You don't look camera shy on your videos. I've seen you talk on your videos. You do a pretty good job. You way less camera shy than I was 8 months ago.
Yeah. Ed had Boz reach out to him.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Back when there was an announcement about it was one of the announcements that came out, and Ed did a video on it, and he kind of got burned on it, which a lot of people got burned on it. And Boz reached out to him because Ed did an apology, which is a class act, man. He got in there, did an apology video, and Boz saw it, and he did. That was so cool.
Wow.
Have my parents. He goes have his parents on. I tell you what, bring your parents with you. Have them drive. Ed's got a sense of humor, or he may not be joking. He may be serious. So
hang on. I gotta do something for Lori here. 1 second.
Okay. Oh. Where's the little video one?
I don't know.
We gotta get down here. Let's get to this screen. Oh, so we don't have. I don't think we got the hey set up on this one. I revamped some of these.
No, it's not here.
Yeah, it's in here. I never deleted it. It's just in the inventory.
Ow.
See somewhere. Is that it? Oh, that's you saying. Hi, my name is Cam. I'm a Blue Moon guy. Here we go.
I'm a Blue Moon guy.
Jesus, man. God. That's way too loud. There you go. We got to set that up. I know. It comes through so loud. That's what it sounded like when you would just pop in and scare the shit out of me. There we go. How's that? A little bit of... We're stupid sometimes. Now I know why Ed don't want to come on. I'm not joking. I was shocked. Yeah, I bet you were shocked, man. I would have been. That was so cool, though, to have Boz reach out to you.
Yeah. Hey, Lily.
Lily's in the house.
Hey, Lori.
So we got a lot to cover today. We're going to talk about the flower donations. Actually, I want to start off with this. First of all, we've had some really nice donations towards the flowers, and we're going to be taking some for a little bit longer, and not too much longer, but we're still going to continue taking them, and just so we can have a really nice arrangement. I'm going to show you what we're looking at, what we've done. We've kind of we picked some pictures and kind of did a collage. We're going to ask you all what you think, and then we're going to, I'm going to show you the ones that we've chosen. Olga and I have been working together on this, and she picked a really nice one out for Lisa's. Is that I don't want to say grave because she's not buried under. Is it a tomb?
A tomb, yeah.
You could call it a tomb. So let's just get to that real quick. Let's just cover that and get it over with. That didn't sound right. I didn't use it that way.
We're voting on the picture today, right?
Well, yeah, I want everybody to take a look because the only pictures that were submitted were the ones that I submitted and yours. So did you see the collage that was put together?
Yeah, that Kirsty made.
Yeah, so
yeah, I like that one.
This is let me make sure it's not blocked. So this is the arrangement that Olga picked out. Really nice. It's called the Memphis Summer. And, she was nicknamed Memphis by Jerry Schilling. So that's going to be for Lisa Marie. And let me get this off of there. And go to the next one here. Okay, this is one of the pictures. So actually, I picked 4 pictures to submit because I wasn't for sure how many would get submitted. And so what I did is I picked one from each era. Actually, there's 2 from the 50s, 1 from the 60s, and one and then the one that Cam submitted is from the 70s. So we got each era carried out. Banjo Paul, sorry, should spell it. Lily Lou, Mary Lou's sister. Oh. Okay, so that's one of the pictures. There's the
I
other.
see, Kat.
Yeah, we're getting a good, nice little group here today. There's that. Then we got the 68 special, If I Can Dream, and one of my favorite shots of Elvis from the album Elvis. And then this is the one that Cam submitted, and I think the next one is the collage of them all together. Now, what we're going to do, what we're thinking about doing, we want your feedback on these. Let us know what y'all think about these. I think the collage is perfect, and I'm going to show you. I did a Photoshop of putting it into the flower arrangement. So I'm going to have a placard made that's going to sit below the flowers. It's going to be on an easel, and it's going to list all the donors. Now, for those of you who've donated, I haven't had anybody tell me that they want to be anonymous. If you want to be anonymous, please email me as soon as possible, because if I don't get an email, your name is going to be below as one of the donors. So, and then it's going to be Elvis-A-Z is going to be represented, and Elvis for the record is represented by Rich. So there's going to be a placard below, and I got to design it. So if I got to try to figure out exactly what I want as far as a background on the placard. I just want to put a plain old piece of cardboard or anything like that. So that's that. And then here it is in the flower arrangement. Now the flowers are going to be, the roses are going to be red and white, not just all red. And that's cool. Yeah. And then the collage is in the center, and I believe I got it there. And that's what it's going to be like on a easel. And then below here is where it's going to be a placard. I know you can't see my mouse moving around, but below it, there'll be a placard with all the donors' names.
That looks cool, though.
Yeah. That's Kersey just made a good point. Let me go back here. You notice the TCB here? That's going to be removed, and it's going to be put on the placard below.
Okay.
So the picture will be without the TCB, because it kind of distracts from the picture. So I figure we take the TCB and put it down below on the placard, and the placard's going to blend in obviously with this. It'll probably be a red, white, and black kind of placard, because that's the colors of Rich and Mai's channels. And then we'll put the names on. It'll be a really nice one, but I need to get those sent down to Kinko's down there, so they only take 24 hours to print them. So I want to have something to them by Tuesday, because by next Friday, Pews has to have everything set up. So, and we're going to be delivering them on the 15th of August. They're going to deliver on the 15th of August, so that they're there for the vigil, and they're there for the anniversary of his passing. So, thank you.
That looks really cool.
Elvis in the AZ house today. So it seems like everybody really likes these. If you don't, let me know in the comments. We were going to do a vote, but I don't know what much we can really vote on. Let's do it this way. Do you like the collage, or would you rather have a single picture? I think the collage, that's my vote, but I shouldn't have said that, because I don't want to influence anybody. I don't care, whatever everybody thinks, but I like the collage. It just, because it sums up all the eras of Elvis's career, the 50s, the 60s, and the 70s. Is that all of them? Yeah. Hey, Elvin, good to see you.
Hey,
in the house. So I'm excited. We're really. I'm excited about the response we've got from people donating. And for anybody else that wants to donate, like I said, $5, $1, whatever you want to donate, or just pass it on to somebody else that may want to donate, and you have your name put on there, be represented. as part of the my channel and Rich's channel, and yeah, and then we'll just go from there. All you got to do is there's two different ways. It's going to be listed down below in the description, but it's it's my email address for PayPal, and then I've also got the Cash App. But everybody's been paying through PayPal except for a Venmo, and then that pretty much I think we got that covered. So that's one of the things on the donations I wanted to cover, and we saw that one. So that's Lisa Marie's arrangement. So once again, I want to thank everybody for helping out. This was almost, I don't want to say a last minute thing, because sometimes when we were doing it for CGF, we started earlier, but we're not as large as CGF, but since she's not doing it anymore, we decided to Olga brought it up, and I thought, yeah, that's a good idea. So it's great having. Oh, Olga's driving at the minute. If you like it, Rick, go with it. You're the one doing the work, and you're the captain of the team. Yeah, but you guys are the team. So I believe in. Well, I don't want to get political, but I don't even know what the hell democracy means, anyways. I'm not even going to say that.
I bet
these days,
I bet Olga's on a beer run.
Yeah, I'm not even going to ask her about that. So, all right, now the other thing is, and I'm going to say this first because I want Cam to give us a little comment. But in the last 7 days, everybody knows Cam's GoFundMe and the situation is in. We set a goal of $5,000 last October, and I figured it'd take a long time to get there. Well, this week, Cam received $400 in donations, and it just warms my heart every time we get any kind of donation, because first of all, we're looking at the time of the year when it's coming. We look at the finances, and we haven't even really done any promotion for it. So that lets us know that you guys value our channel, and that means so much to me, and it means so much to Cam. And when I told Cam about the donations, I don't think he got it. I probably thought I was joking with him at first, because it was I think he just took a second for him to sink in. So I personally, on behalf of the channel, thank everybody that donated. It was such a nice surprise. So $5,000 was the goal we set a year last October, and we just reached 4,000. So,
oh my goodness.
Yeah. And so
these ones always get me out of left field, right?
I've been picking up lunch and beer. Yeah, so I'm gonna, if Cam got a second, I'm gonna leave it with him for a second, because it's just, I can't tell you how much he tells me how much all the time, how much he appreciates it, and just you all who've watched his growth for the last month know the difference from day one to now. So it's all yours, Cam.
I wouldn't be where I am today without you guys. I literally wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for you guys. And that's really something that's really humbling for me, because, life is so fast paced these days that we don't always realize the place and the position that we occupy in people's lives, let alone in our own lives. And not too long ago, Rick knows, he was there with me from the beginning, from when we started this. And I honestly believe that everything that I've experienced in the last year was all for a purpose. And that purpose was to show me that there's always a reason in life. And a year ago, I was ready to give up. I didn't want to live anymore. And you guys and this channel and the relationship I have with each and every one of you, but more so with Rick, you guys gave me a reason to wake up every morning. And that's something that the words in the English language don't exist for me to show or express absolute heartfelt gratitude, because you guys don't really even know me. You guys have never been in the same room with me. But yet, you guys care so much. And I remind myself every day is a joy for me now to wake up. Because I know that if I weren't around, there would be a small group of people in this world that would feel my absence. And I know that if my journey had to come to an end now, I know that I would have made a difference.
Cam has made a difference in my life so much because I was nowhere near his situation, but you all know me too. And it's just changed my whole perspective. And we say it every time we do a live stream and you guys are with us. We live for this live stream, these live streams. We live for this channel. We absolutely love it. And if we could never sleep, you guys would never get us off the freaking internet. Seriously, we just love doing this. So Cam, Cam's my, he's my brother. Rich is my brother. You guys are our family, the Elvis family, everyone that joins us. We love you guys. And as long as we can keep you laughing with our stupid jokes and our stupid sound effects and having awesome chats about books, we're going to be here. So thank you, Cam, for everything. You bring a lot of laughter into my life and a lot of joy. So, all right, let's move forward. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Now, today, I want to, for everybody that's here, listen to me real quickly. There's a giveaway today. As y'all know, I crossed the 25,000 subscriber about a week and a half ago. So, in honor of that, today I am giving away the Lisa Marie Riley book. It's brand spanking new, and it was signed by Riley. So it's actually still in the box where I received it in, and because I received two of them, I received one that I ordered, and then when I did the virtual tour that Riley did, I got a book with it. So I'm giving that away today. So what you got to do, take a look at what's on the screen. It says you got to type the hashtag book. And instead of just saying, okay, we're going to start it, just put in now hashtag book. You only can do it one time to go in there. And what we'll do is somewhere about halfway through the show, before we get into the books, I'll spin it. And whoever it lands on gets the book. I don't care if you live in Timbuktu, you're going to get the book, whoever wins it. So if you've got the book and I'd like for somebody to get it that doesn't have the book or knows somebody that, that's maybe not here, that's part of the community that needs the book. That's who I really like for to get it. So just start typing in the comment, just put in hashtag book, all lowercase. Look at the names are already coming up. That's going to continue to roll, and until I run it. So I want as many people to. In fact, I'll check it every now. Let me check it because we got 21 people online right now, and this will tell me.
Hey, Max, glad you made it this week.
See, we got 7 people already put in hashtag book. So I'll keep reminding everybody, if you haven't put it in there, where is Cam located in the world? Cam, tell them where
Oh,
you're
yeah. Yeah, Ed, I live in South Africa. I'm not sure if you've been following our channel, but 9 months ago, 10 months ago, I lost everything in a house fire. And Rick took the initiative and he started a GoFundMe, which the guys have been donating to for me on a regular basis. And it's with the use of that money that I've been able to reacquire the stuff I lost in the fire. I'm still in the process of getting some stuff back, but I literally I lost everything in the fire. I made it out in my wheelchair. I had my cell phone, my wheelchair, and the clothes that I had on my body at the time. I didn't even have shoes to put on my feet at the time. So I literally lost everything in the house fire. In the space of 20 minutes, everything that I built up in my entire life was gone. And
Wow.
was it was because of these guys that I'm able to keep the lights on, keep the roof over my head, and keep food in my stomach. So yeah, that's what I'm going to say about that because it makes me very
Yeah.
emotional.
Yeah, I would, and everybody's heard that morning when he called me. So I'll tell the story another day when you know, when it won't be so disheartening.
Oh no, you can tell the story. It's okay if you tell it. It's okay, but it's difficult for me to
So for those
talk
of you who
about it.
don't know about it, what happened is that here?
Yeah, that's Bailey.
Oh, it's Bailey. You know Bailey's bark, don't you? All right. So
Mhm.
anyway, what happened is Cam and I just met 3 weeks before, and online, and I invited him to come and be my first coffee date with an Elvis fan. He was my very first one, and because I met him on a live stream that Brent had done, and I thought, well, he'd be a cool one to do. Someone from South Africa. So he said, yeah. And then he came on. And then after that, I thought, it'd be kind of cool to have him on once a week to kind of do a feature when I'm doing other people. So we made arrangements to do something together. And he called me that Saturday morning. He says, I can't do it. And I said, okay. And he told me what happened. And then he sent me a video of it. Yeah, I'm going to have time to. So my wife was standing here. It was our time here was probably around 8:30, 9:30, maybe a little bit, somewhere around that time. And my wife was standing here, and I usually always talk with the speakerphone, and so she heard what was going on. And I saw the video that he sent me. And when it was when the place was on fire, and when he was through filming, he didn't quite turn the thing off yet, and he put the phone down. And when he put it down, it showed his feet. And he didn't even make it out of the room with shoes on. He was barefooted. And that's all he had. That was it. So I told him to call me back a little bit later once he got situated. And I looked at my wife. I said, well, I can't, what do I do? And she suggested the GoFundMe. And we started it that day. And that first week, we got him $800. That first week or 2 weeks, we generated $800. And that told us right there. And then, we've been if we were close together, we'd be stuck at the hip because he needed help and I needed and he gave me a little bit more of an outlook of doing something with my channel, because at that point I was at the point where I wasn't even going to do my channel anymore. And you all know the rest of the story. You
Yeah,
know.
just for Ed to know, Ed, in South Africa, the economic climate is of such a state nowadays that I'm a 45-year-old disabled white male. I'm not able to get permanent employment. I live on what is similar to Social Security, but it equates to less than $30 a month, which is absolutely nothing. So from that perspective, a lot of the money that's generated too not only helps me buy back the stuff I lost, but it helps me to pay my rent, and it helps keep food in my cupboards, and
And
you know
we're very transparent too. Every time, whenever he does this and gets something, we relate to everybody. He shows pictures, and it's not that we don't think anybody trusts us. He's proud. He wants you all to know what you guys did for him. It wasn't. It's just not a matter of he got the money. He loves the. He asked me. He says, "You still have those pictures on there?" And he says, "I want you to show them again." Because he just got a nice one of the. He said one of the best beds he's had in a long time, brand spanking new bed, with the last chunk of money, and then I don't know what he's going to do with this money, but it's always it's always something that he needs, and I'm glad to have it. I'm glad to help him with it. So
yeah,
that's
and the guys have tried to send me stuff through the mail, and I literally don't get it gets
yeah.
stolen. So the safest for me is the GoFundMe, because Rick set up a bank account for that, and he transfers me the money when he gets the money available, and it's literally by me in my bank account within 48 hours of
Yeah.
sending the wire transfer. So
If I
it's the
got it
safe.
if I got it out of my bank by 2 o'clock, he's got it the next morning. If it's after
Yeah.
2, then he gets it the day after that. So, and it does, and there's no, there's a little bit of a transfer fee, not much that he's charged from his bank. So, and it's very minimal. For example, the $400 he got this week, he will wind up. He will after the fees that GoFundMe takes, which is just a credit card. It's just a credit card transfer, and you which is standard every time you use your credit card. Now I've showed it before. They pop up and they say donate 17% or something like that. You just slide that thing over. You don't have to do that. But so whatever the credit card fees, 2% or something like that, that comes out of it before it hits my bank. So $400, he'll wind up with $370 of it. So it only winds up with about $25 worth of charges, maybe a little bit more. I'm guessing right there. So I expect the really high fees of a bank wire transfer, and my bank doesn't charge me anything. But I banked with them for a long time. So all right. Well, listen, we're up to 12 people that have put it in. So I'm going to give you about 5 more minutes to put in #book, and we'll just do the spin. We'll see who's going to win this baby.
Yeah, Max, we don't even have a mail service no more. That's non-existent in this country, unfortunately. So here we go.
We got
First
Dylan in
call of
the
the
house.
day.
Hey,
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 listen,
buddy.
I hope you don't mind me ringing. I just wanted to say two things first of all.
Okay. I never
When,
mind. I no. Anybody can call anytime they want.
yeah,
Just don't try to sell me something.
no, I'll try.
I'm just being
So,
smart at it.
I just wanted to say about the situation with the fire. Like, listen, when I heard about it, I related so hard
Yeah.
because you know my situation,
Yeah.
and I was trying to put myself in Cam's situation. I was like, if that was me, I wouldn't be able to, recover mentally from that. But the fact that Cam has, and he's thriving for me. I mean, that's just fantastic, right? That he's happy and all the money's coming in, which
Yeah.
is really good. And that shows what type of people
Well,
are in the world.
I will tell you this too. And the money's so important for him. But I
Yeah.
think I think, and I don't want to say more valuable, but I think what Cam and I have done as far as our friendship has just turned us a whole different perspective on things too. We have a purpose. We got some goals, and between the two, it's love and friendship is the most valuable thing you can have. So yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. Absolutely.
Yeah, and then the second thing I wanted to say is, I don't know if people will either be bothered or care, but I just wanted to say it. I was doing some Googling this afternoon, and I found a vintage 1970s CS158 microphone, which is the same mic that Elvis used.
Uh-huh.
And I could not believe my luck. I'm like, first of all, I didn't know they were still made.
Right.
And B, they're in quite good condition too.
Okay.
So,
what?
I mean, I just don't believe my luck.
Are you gonna buy it or?
Hopefully.
Cool. Very cool. Very cool. That'll be nice.
Yeah, it's the mic that you basically after Aloha, essentially, and then.
Okay.
So
cool. Yeah, you have to send me a picture of it.
Yeah, and then I found a Gibson J200 copy.
Oh, don't even talk to me about J200s.
The black
we
one.
talk about that, I'm gonna need a cigarette afterwards.
The one that I found was only a copy, but it's a good copy too.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, send me some pictures. I like to see those.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, appreciate it, Dylan.
Yeah. That's it for me.
Thank you so much. We gotta try to get you into figure out how we can get you into the inside the studio one day. We gotta get that. We gotta work on that. What you gotta do is find out who handles your router where you're at and get the permissions what they're doing is blocking you. You got a firewall that's blocking you. So, well, I'll talk to you about it later.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy. Thanks.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. Well, we're up to 14 participants, so let's do a roll. I'll give you 30 seconds. Anybody else? Hashtag book if you want to win the book. And I think you all know what book it is, right? Back. It's, I hope that didn't screw it up. No, they're still coming through. Lisa's book. This book right there. From Here to the Great Unknown. Yeah, Lori says, Cam needs money for the food he goes to bed many days. Dylan with this. Yeah, I think it'd be a great one with Dylan. We would definitely get some great drum discussion too with him. All right. So here we go, guys. We are up to 14. So we're going to spin it right now. Let's go. Let's see. Let me enlarge this so we can see it. And here we go. Start. Ooh. Ooh, it's winding down. Here it comes. And the winner is Kelsey Watson, and we're going to be talking to her in a little. And I'm going to be showcasing her in a minute. Well, congratulations. I'll get your information, and we'll get that book out to you. Very cool. All right, guys. Now, the next subject before we get to the books. Let me close this out. That one. It's been a while since I've run that one.
You need to throw the GoFundMe link in the top there. I knew something was missing from the screen.
Yeah, I popped it out just for that spin. That's all. Yeah, because it was over the top of it, so I'm finding it right.
That's cool. That's an awesome book, though, Kelsey. You're going to enjoy that book.
Actually, that's one of the books we should put on the list to review.
Yeah, we should do that actually.
All right, so two things. Now, you all know Leslie, and I feature some of her products. Now, for those of you that know that I've got a web page, I've taken it offline and I'm revamping it, and I'm going to have a section for all of you out there. I want to have a section that does art or create or anything that's creative that's Elvis related. So I put together just a little quick video with some pictures of Leslie's stuff, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Then I'm going to introduce you to 𝐾𝐤𝐳. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. 𝐾𝐤𝐳. I think it's 𝐾𝐤𝐳. Look at the spelling now. And she's got some beautiful, like I showed it a little bit yesterday in our live stream. So first of all, here's Leslie's video.
As a lifelong Elvis fan, I have always been obsessed with Elvis's jumpsuits. Following a visit to Graceland in 2019, the displays were such that you could walk around each suit and fully appreciate the amazing designs and work involved in each one. On returning home, I wanted to celebrate these wonderful designs and came up with the idea for my jeweled jumpsuit creations. Each design is carefully selected, then printed onto cotton poplin. I then spend many hours. Each design takes a minimum of 3 weeks to complete, embroidering and beading the design. The finished design is then mounted alongside a picture of Elvis in the suit and can be framed at the buyer's request. Each commission comes with a description of the suit and its history. I've also done a couple of commissions of pieces of Elvis's jewellery and also the Aloha belt, which turned out beautifully, and a couple of Christmas pieces which have been really popular too. I'm always happy to discuss any jumpsuit and its suitability to be turned into a jeweled jumpsuit creation, and always excited to do a design I've not made before. The normal size is a 6" by 4" panel mounted alongside a 6" by 4" picture of Elvis. The total frame size is A4. I can do larger ones, A4 embroidered panel at added cost.
That one right there is, I believe, is still for sale right now too. So if you're interested in it, we can get a hold of Leslie. So you've all met Leslie. I've been working with her with CGF for a while. So if anybody's interested in that, it's going to be on my webpage. My webpage is going to be back up online this week once I finish with the rest of the updates. These are the last things I need to put up there because I've got a page for our Blue Moon Radio and then our features for the shows that we do and links to be able to get to the shows. So I appreciate y'all watching that. I wanted to share that. Now, get rid of that. Now I know Kelsey's with us, and you are more than welcome to pop in if you want. But I understand if you don't. But if you're in the chat, I'll put you in the chat here, or you're already in the chat. Duh. So this right here is Kelsey's business, and I'm going to go through the slideshow here to the best of my ability, but I'm going to move. I need to move this up so that I can scroll through that and get over to the comments. So, Kelsey, if you just let me know in the chat if you want to pop in with us, but otherwise, I'm just going to go through here, and anybody's got any questions or if you have anything you want me to add, please put it in the chat, and I will. Mention that. So her business is called Rising Sun Jewelry, and I'm going to take you to her site in a minute. At Rising Sun Jewelry, she offers a one-of-a-kind collection that honors the legacy of Elvis Presley, as well as memorial jewelry such as using mediums such as ashes, hair, fabric, and breast milk. Excuse me, that coffee didn't go down right. Each Elvis-inspired piece features authentic fabric from Elvis's personal wardrobe, released as part of the 1971 Other Sides Worldwide Gold Award hits. Volume 2, the collection. I had that collection. That was pretty cool. Genuine hair from Elvis, sourced from a 1972 haircut in Las Vegas, preserved in the Becky Toole collection. All materials are authenticated by Elvis Artifacts Authentication Services, ensuring the highest level of integrity and provenance. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to take you to her site here in a moment. These rare inclusions are carefully preserved and handcrafted jewelry, allowing collectors and fans to carry a piece of Elvis's history close to the heart. Necklaces, earrings, and then some of the questions: how do I find the available swatches to choose from? These are shown in. Geez, I got that too small, don't I? These are shown in the last few photos of each jewelry listing on my website. How do I add Elvis hair to my piece? The hair is very limited in quantity and has its own listing on the website. Actually, you know what? Let's go to the website. I need to open it up here. Those of you that were with us yesterday. Okay, products. Where is that? Okay, which channel did I put it in? I'm doing good here, guys. All right, there it is. I think. Oh, man. Snap. Mosaic of memories. Those are the flowers. That's cool, Rick. Great.
It's okay. It's all part of the unscripted fun.
Yeah, I know, but I had the link saved. I put it in my, and that irritates me when I do that. Hey, Kelsey, if you're watching, can you pop your link into the chat for me, please? Yeah, she is. If you're in the chat, there it is. We just got home from church. Our house is full of people and it's loud, but I'm absolutely here to answer any questions. Yeah, if you can, first of all, if you get a chance, just pop me the link to your website. I saved it and I don't know where I saved it because I was on it yesterday. That's Steam Tools. That's not it. I probably
saved it. You saved it so well you can't find it now.
I know. That's the dumbass in me.
Sounds like something I do regularly.
Yeah, but I had this. I went through this thing a couple of times last night. I got a few more things we need to do. I want to get to these books. We're going to finish off. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's. Wait a second. I bet you it's at the end of this. Yeah, look at that.
There we go.
If I had just thought about that, I don't know if it's going to let me go there, though. Okay, hold on a second. All right, she just sent it to me, and thank you. Perfect. All right. I apologize, guys. Thanks for hanging around. This is why I hide behind a camera.
Hey, no harm done.
All right. Paste and go. And there we are. Oh, all right, I was just fooling you guys. No. All right, so here we go. Let me go here to the comments. I'm going to screen share. Rising Sun. Share. Okay. And here it comes, guys. Let me enlarge that to the full page. Okay, so I'm going to... So this is the home page. You'll see different types of jewelry. Like this one right here. I think this is one that's got a hair in it. one of Elvis's hair. I didn't say that right. Did I? So like she's probably gonna think, what am I doing? That's like with who was it? Like Leon coming on our show. He'll never come on our show again.
Oh no, I doubt that very much. I think he's itching to come back.
I mean, this stuff is beautiful. I mean,
Very nice.
it's absolutely beautiful. So, and it's all Elvis related. There's a connection one way or another in the name of it, Rising Sun. That was the name of Elvis's. That's the envelope that I remember that. I remember having that swatch. I think my wife burned that in front of me, my ex-wife.
Wow.
Let's see. Which one did I click on yesterday? I thought this was pretty cool. Rings for different years. But yeah, you got. I'll put the link down below for you all to go to in the description when we're done. But she does some beautiful work.
Wow.
I'm amazed at this stuff. Look at this. She
The
puts
detail.
it's like with Leslie's stuff. You know what? What I like about this is it's not. It's all. What's the word I'm trying to think of? Custom. It's all custom stuff.
Yeah.
It's like Leslie stuff. You like, she gave, because of our relationship with the CGF. I showed it to you all. She gave me one of those embroidered, one of those jeweled creations of my favorite jumpsuit, the peacock, and absolutely beautiful. And she'll do another one with a peacock. It's not like a mass produced item. Each one is individually handmade by her. It's not processed through a manufacturer or something like that.
Yeah, so each piece is going to have some form of individuality
So you
and
can add a
uniqueness.
strand. Yeah, I'm sorry, Cam. Go ahead.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, so you can add a strand of Elvis hair to your jewelry, and you can't buy it just individually. It's put into whatever you want to have made. But cool stuff, man. You guys,
Right.
it's going to be on the webpage by the end of the week. So when you start going to our webpage to find out our schedules, because our webpage is going to have all of our schedules for the channel. So you'll know what's coming up. It'll have and when you click on something on my page, it'll take you straight to her store. Same thing with Leslie. You'll be able to email her right from there and, ask for a price or quote or. Okay, let me get rid of this. Let me get to the comments here. So, does anybody have any questions for her while I'm here? Cassie's there. Is this a shopping channel? Just kidding. No, it's not a shopping channel. No, I'm highlighting. I'm highlighting some of our, Elvis fans that have Elvis related products. If it's not Elvis related, I'm not gonna. It's not gonna be highlighted here. So I just wanted to share that with everybody. I thought it was,
That's
very
really
unique.
cool.
That's the word I'm trying to think of. Very unique. Yeah, Lily says she would just be happy with just a strand. Well, you get something in a necklace, and you think about having just one strand, and you can easily lose that strand. But anyway, all right. So I hope I did a decent job for you, Kelsey. I'll highlight it. I'll have it on the webpage, and maybe one day we'll be able to have you pop in. So that covers that, and we covered the flowers. Oh, Susan sent me this picture. It's pretty cool. Anybody know who that lady is? It's connected with Elvis.
I don't know. We can't see the lady.
You can't see the lady. Can you
No.
see her now?
Yes.
Okay, that was dumb of me, wasn't it?
Oh no, that's okay. No. Don't know who she is.
She is the little girl from Paradise Hawaiian Style.
Oh my goodness.
What was her name? This girl's name is, what's her name? Her name is Vicky. Vicky two. Yeah, she's the
Oh,
one that he sang. What was that? Sandman's coming
oh,
in Paradise Hawaiian Style. Pretty cool. Thanks, Susan, for sitting. Oh, I'm so, yeah.
yeah. I was gonna say
Happened at the World's Fair. Sorry
World's
about
Fair.
that.
Okay, yes. Now, and she's the one that always said, "Hi, Mike.
Yeah,
How are you, Mike?"
yeah, that's her. Thanks,
Oh,
Susan.
Mike. Oh no, she was cute in that movie.
Thanks,
She's not
Kelsey.
so. She's not so little now.
Well, not as little. No, she's still a tiny thing, isn't she?
Yeah, she's still small
Okay,
in stature though.
now, Kirsty will like this one.
Oh really?
Yeah. The excerpt they have here is out of the book that we were talking about yesterday, being Elvis.
Uh-huh.
This is an excerpt, but they did a AI thing. Elvis, it's so fucking corny. So you got Elvis sitting in the bed with a book, which would have been normal, and
Uh-huh.
AI Elvis and Bob Bush there. But who in the hell's over there watching Beavis or watching Hee Haw? Watching Hee Haw. And then who's that was holding a dog?
Yeah, he's supposedly laying with a book, but his eyes are closed.
Yeah, and it's sitting. The book's sitting up, and he's got a
Yeah, it's
really.
like
I guess it's a pajama top, you could say, and it does. I can tell you one thing. It looks like he's sleeping in a hotel room,
yeah.
but some old lady sitting there watching Hee Haw, which Linda Thompson appeared in for a while.
Hi, Helen.
Who's that? Oh, Helen's on board.
Yeah, Helen
So
just popped
I
in.
know the picture's fake, but it's just like that's the thing about AI. I've seen a few AIs that it was hard to tell, but they had him dressed up. Looked like he was. It looks like he was dressed up like 50 Cent or Ice-T or something.
Maybe that's grandma.
Grandma, who Dodger?
Yeah,
Dodger's watching. Yeehaw!
yeah.
All right, so y'all ready for a book? Let's see.
Good evening, folks, and a hearty welcome to our drive.
All right, let's get back up.
Alrighty then.
What's that?
No, the intro. The guy wanted to really say good evening again.
Yeah, I like those old commercials. Y'all remember those commercials when you're from the drive-in theaters? Get some fresh popcorn and AZ schedule. I'll come back to that. Hey, good. I've got some stuff covered already. All right, so where is the book? The book is already set out, and
Oh, that's interesting, Susan. I didn't know that.
what's that?
Carrie Faulkner was the first lady of Hawaii too.
That girl was the who? What's it? Carrie Faulkner, right? Carrie Faulkner. Who is Carrie Faulkner?
Carrie's in the chat.
Oh, okay. I thought you were thinking of someone else.
I know.
All the snacks come to life on screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's watch
Yeah.
that real quick. I love those. They just remind me of when I was a kid.
Good evening, folks, and a hearty welcome to our drive-in theater. We have a wonderful evening's entertainment lined up for you, one that will provide several hours of pleasurable relaxation and diversion for you and your family.
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
The good old days. Oh, Vicky too married the governor of Hawaii. Oh, so that made her the first lady of Hawaii. Very cool. I didn't know that.
We learn something new every day.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to finish off Careless Love. I kind of skipped through some of the stuff we've already covered in other books, and so we're going to the point of we're getting to 77, the last year. So we're just going to kind of highlight through this. I highlighted a few things, and the abandoned. It starts off with the abandoned recording session at Creative Workshop in Nashville, and I've read a lot about that. It kind of there was some pretty good songs that he was going to do on that. Now, so let me see. Where do I need to go? I need to go to news here. Okay. Share. Window. Kindle. Share. Well, I'm not planning on it. All right, so let me crop this. You guys will be able to see it. I'm gonna peruse through it. You know what? I know what's wrong. I'm in the wrong scene. No, I don't want it in that scene. Remove from the scene. Jesus. Okay, well, I got to do it there then. Okay, so this is not going to be able to see the chat, are you? Well, you got the chat. You got the other chat. It won't be on the screen. Actually, hold on. Let me do some adjustments here. Go back. Go back, dumbass. Okay, chat. You'll see the chat now because I'm gonna enlarge it here, and it'll be on the right.
There we go.
How's that? See, I'm not as dumb as I look.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know. I get whatever you want. Yeah. All this. What's the good one right here? It's
I'm just a hugger burn.
All right. So now Elvis, what happened? We're going to go through January through June to the concert, and then the last chapter is obviously when he passes. But you should be able to see what I'm reviewing here. Ginger, here they are in Hawaii, March of '77. So Elvis had agreed to do a new recording date in Nashville to make up for the November Graceland debacle, which just he didn't want to record. They all came out there, they all set up. It's depressing. 77, even though in 77 he really did some good shows. There's some good recordings of some shows in 77. But he was up and down moody wise, and it's understanding. I hate it when people say they take a look at pictures of him and they say how horrible he looks, and for lack of a better word, fuck him. I get tired of reading that stuff, because for those of you who haven't heard, on the radio show, I want to start highlighting some of those great concerts. Leon knows the best ones, and I need to talk to him. Really, which ones he would suggest that I play from 77, because I know of a few of them. But they've been releasing some box or some sets of the last tours, and they're supposed to be the best shows. I've got one of those sets, but I want to play them on the radio show and schedule them so we can all listen to them from beginning to end and see how there's no disputing how great his voice was in the end. I will not watch the CBS special, that last one, but I will listen to it because his voice is just incredible. I get chills when he sings I Really Don't Want to Know.
Hey, Kathleen. You must have showed. Yeah, right. I don't believe that for a second.
I just am touched that she never forgot Elvis. The relationship in the movie was so. Yeah, they're still talking about Vicky, aren't they? Yeah, I mean, it
Yeah.
was that's cool. You know, she's standing there. That I saw it. I've got an interview, and I need to play it one night on one of our watches. I've got an interview with the girl that he's saying your time hasn't come yet from Speedway. There's an interview with
Mm-hmm.
that girl. What one girl that I would really love to know what happened and had an interview was the girl from Change of Habit that played the autistic girl.
Yes.
She never did another acting job again, and I have had no luck finding whatever happened to her. But that would be an interesting, because she played that role and she did an awesome job as an autistic girl.
Mm.
And that was like one of the very first movies that even
Highlighted autism.
highlighted it. Yeah, correct, Sam. Thanks. So what he's done now, there's a couple of stories out there, and we'll talk about the one here that's covered in this book about really what happened with his creative workshop. Um, so he had, in order to make up for what happened at Graceland, they thought that something he might be gained from an entirely new setting. So Felton booked a week's worth of sessions at Buzz Case's creative workshop. Now, I believe Elvis was actually in Palm Springs at the time of the booking. And it was a up to date, really fairly new studio there in Nashville. The players were familiar; they had the same, people that he knew, and he was, Nashville was about a 5-hour drive from Memphis, I believe. So they were to begin on January 20th, 1977, and everything was going as planned until Felton heard from Joe just hours before the sessions started that Elvis had gotten hung up in Memphis and wasn't going to be able to make it until the following day. Now, see, I've heard he was coming from Palm Springs, but maybe he was in Memphis coming from after, maybe he'd gone to Memphis first. Then on the 21st, with everybody's there, they've been sitting there. There's some tapes of them jamming. Jerry Schiff had a song that Elvis was slated to record. Felton got another call from Joe. Elvis was in town, but he was going to have to stay at the hotel for the time being because he wasn't feeling very well. And one of the reasons they thought he wasn't feeling well was because he left the warm temperature in Palm Springs, and then he's in Nashville in January, which is you're looking at 30 to 40 degree weather. That's a big change, and that's hard on a person that what he's going through. Plus, it's hard on the voice. Mm-hmm. So Elvis was Felton wondered if he ought to just hold the musicians, and Joe said he thought he should, at least for the time being. Over the course of the evening, however, the bulletins grew worse as Elvis complained of a worsening of his throat condition, and a doctor was called to confirm the existence of the problem. In the end, Felton was forced to send everybody home. What was bothering Elvis, Joe, and Charlie, and the rest of the guys all knew was not a sore throat, but hurt pride and wounded heart. Ginger had refused at the last minute to accompany him to Nashville. They had a big fight about it, and he had threatened to not go at all, but she remained adamant, coming up with one excuse after another, including the fact that she had never liked Nashville. His throat was just a way of making Ginger feel sorry for him. As Billy concluded when Elvis told Billy that he wasn't planning to record even before their departure from Memphis. If I have to, he said, I'll say I'm losing my voice, as if someone... And see, that I've heard that story too. So Elvis was done with... We talk about this all the time.
He was bored.
He was ready. It was time to set up at home studio. That way he can go downstairs and record.
Yeah, when he was in the moment, he could do it. When he didn't feel like it, he didn't have an obligation to do it.
Yeah. Now, they were saying if Melinda had been with him, she might have been able to motivate him. She would have kidded him along and maybe even gotten him out of the funk. They blamed Ginger for just making matters worse. And I've always heard stories like this, that that Ginger just wasn't really. We've never really talked about Ginger. I don't know if we want to.
I don't know enough about her to talk about
I
her.
don't either. I don't either. I just know the little stories that I've heard that she didn't want to go on tour with him, but she went on tour with him. And when somebody doesn't want to go somewhere and they go, they're not going to exactly exude, be exuberant and be, happy, joy.
No, it's like even when you think back, I mean, they spent so little time together actually that and she didn't really do anything of much significance in my opinion anyway. Um,
I agree, Deb. I think she was too wait. I think she was just too young. She was how old was she when he died?
20.
Yeah, she was
She was
close to my age. I was 19 when he died.
she was 20.
Yeah, she was just. I know she was really close, maybe a year or two older. Um, so it's that whole thing with why would a 20-year-old? I don't know. I don't. I'm not one to be a judge of relationships and whether it's real or not. But how long were they together? Not even a year, were they?
No, they were together 8 months.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go after her. I'm just trying to understand. I'm just trying to figure out how long was she there because I never really
They they
followed
met
her
in
that much.
November. They hooked up. Well, Linda left in November '76, and when Linda left, he'd been with Ginger like 2 weeks already.
Yeah, I'm not discrediting anything about Ginger. All I'm saying is that I think the age difference just caused the she didn't want to go there, and she has every right not to want to go there, and he I don't
Yeah.
he wanted her there, and if that's the case, he should have somebody. I don't know. I don't. I have nothing negative to say about Ginger at all. I've heard the same thing of who was it just said that Kirsty. Um, Leslie saw her and said she's got some great. In fact, Leslie went and saw her twice, and she had nothing but high compliments about Ginger. So I don't know how much I really want to try to understand more of her because she was just a really, really tiny fraction of his life. She's the one that found him, in the bathroom, and I don't really care what she did after that. She to me she was just. It was to me. It was almost like she was in the wrong place at the wrong time. It was
Mm.
just. I think she made the right decision of walking away from it. I don't know if there was anything else beyond that. I don't think of her the money grabber, whatever the word would be, gold digger.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. She was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah,
I mean, we all know that he was in the process of, I mean, he told Billy before they went on the last tour, before the last tour started, he told Billy to get hold of Alicia Colvin. She was going to go with him on the last tour anyway. So he was already on, he'd reached his end
yeah.
uh,
The only thing
with
that
Ginger.
I know that I've heard, I would tell you, I'll tell you this: the most I've ever read about Ginger is what Lisa Marie had to say in her book. Now, what
Yeah.
Lisa said was not really positive stuff, but I kind of chalk that up to you know jealousy
Hmm.
in an aspect. I just think did Lisa really say anything negative? I mean, derogatory about Ginger, or just other than the fact that they just didn't have a good relationship.
Hmm.
I think Lisa's 9 years old. She's so close to Linda.
Hmm.
It may have been just. But anyway, I don't even know why I'm even talking. I've talked more about Ginger than I've ever talked in my entire life just now. You know, she was there.
Yeah.
Were they engaged? I don't know. Billy says they were, and I believe Billy. I believe what Billy has to say. He was there.
You know, and it is kind of true. I mean, if you think about it, Lisa was young and she did have a closer relationship with Linda than anybody else. And I mean, I experienced the same kind of thing. My mom dated a guy when I was a kid that I was closer to than anyone that my mother ever dated after him.
You know,
And I just hated the guy she dated after him because they didn't care for us kids like he did. So from that perspective, I can kind of see where Lisa was coming from
yeah,
in
that's not
that
what
sense.
Christy's saying. Some people just hate all his girlfriends. Ginger was
Hmm.
young, probably didn't want to be a stepmother. So you
Yeah,
know what? That just all makes sense. And that's normal. All that's
hmm,
normal. You
yeah,
know, to be a stepmother to somebody that's is half your age would put you at 10, 8 years, whatever. You know what I'm saying? She
yeah. And then especially even in normal circumstances with a John Doe, that's difficult. And then to have to be in that situation with someone of Elvis's caliber is even multiplied by a million because you know the eyes of the world are going to be on you
yeah, Val's
in
got
some way, shape, or form.
yeah, Val's Val's got a point. I don't know of too many women that would not have taken the opportunity to be on Elvis's arm.
Hmm.
You know, but I don't know. Maybe by the time Elvis got to 40, to his age, it obviously it wouldn't have been as extensive as it was, 5, 10 years earlier. But still, it's Elvis Presley, and it's just it. He was just a magnet. He was a magnet. Now, there's a couple of different stories too. Felton tells one, and the guys that were at the studio tell one that he actually showed up at the studio. One story is he showed up at the studio, walked in, looked around, and I guess there was like a pizza sitting there where they eating, and he just kind of took the pizza, threw it across the room, and walked out and left the place, never came back. And then others say he never even showed up at the studio. So whatever
Thank
happened,
you,
what's that?
Cat's on the way out. Thank you, Cat, for
Yeah,
popping in.
thanks, CK. Oh, hey, Barb's with us too. Huh?
Yeah,
Don
Bob's
Dowd.
been here.
What did Don Dowd just say? I gotta see that. I'm behind on comments. I didn't recognize that. Charlie also mentioned what Elvis felt about Ginger in his book. Yeah, yeah. I read Ginger Elder's book. They were engaged to be married on December 25th. Yeah, they'd only been engaged yeah, because it was Christmas. That's right. Susan Elisa Marie said in her book that Ginger was not into her dad. That she heard some. Yeah, I remember conversations that they had on the phone between them, and that she was awful. But when relationships have spats, it's not always it's not
It's
always
not always pretty.
not a pretty conversation. And especially to a 9-year-old who adores her father, no matter what is said, it's
Hmm.
going to come across. So I think everything's true in Lisa's eyes. I don't think she's making anything up. She just told the story as she felt and saw it.
Hmm. Rick, you would know. Helen asked, is Charlie's book any good? I haven't
Yes,
read his book either.
yes,
I'd love to
yes.
read it.
Yeah, it's very good. It's really good book. If it's hard to find, other than his widow republished it about 2 years ago, and I'll try to find. And she's got a Facebook page, Charlie Hodge fan page, I think is what it's called. And you could leave if you want to get, because what's happened is people bought a lot of the books from her. She signs it inside, and I got a copy. Actually, I bought like 4 copies, and I gave 3 of them away online. And what she did at first is she would sign into the book, thank you, all that, Mrs. I think her name is Jennifer, and she left a couple guitar picks from Charlie in there. Well, she ran out of guitar picks, so I was lucky enough to get some guitar picks that belonged to Charlie.
That's cool.
Yeah. So anyway, people bought. She stopped. She only lived. What happened is she saw them on eBay. It was only like $27 for the book, and she was selling them on eBay. And what happened is people were buying 7, 8, 9 copies, and they were reselling them on eBay for 4 or 5 times the amount, and that ticked her off. So what she did is she started limiting it. She would only let people buy 2, and she kept track of who was buying them because, they were just ripping her off. She wanted people that wanted the book. That's who she was trying to sell them to. So if she's got more, I don't know, but I'll put the link. Check back on the live feed, or where can I put it? I'll post it somewhere. You know what? Let me find it here. I'll find her link. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll find her link on the eBay. That might be easier because that's where she sells them. Okay, Elvis and me, Charlie Hodge. I need some light. Charlie Hodge.
Me and Elvis.
Yeah, me and Elvis. I had the original one, but got lost. Yeah, see, there's somebody here selling it for 120. Oh, that's the original one, though. That's from the very first one. Yeah, here it is. This is her. I'm going to send you the link for eBay. Right, I'm going to put it in a comment here. Jeez. How do I share this without printing up that whole freaking thing? Oh, here we go. Share. Sunny and share. Okay. All right. So she's selling for $29.99, but she's still got them available. So if you want it, I am putting the link right here to the eBay. Right there. That's where you can get it. That's in the comments. Bada bing, bom, boom. All right. So yeah, it's a good book. It really is. I had Charlie sign it. The first book I had Charlie sign it up at Memories Theater in Pigeon Forge when he was appearing with Eddie Miles. And I brought the book in one day because I saw he was there. I went and saw the show like 5 or 6 times, and I talked to him afterwards a little bit. And I was able to talk to him like 2 or 3 minutes, and everybody knows he's got a great sense of humor, right? He tells some great stories. And the one thing that really happened, that's about the 4th time. I walked over, and he says, "Hey, Rick." He remembered my name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so I go, damn, I say, "You remember my name?" And he says, "Yeah, you remember mine?" I said, "Well, of course I do. It's out there on the billboard outside." He just started laughing. He just, with that laugh, he just started laughing. It says right out there, "With Charlie Hodge." I said, "I know your name."
I would have said something just to crack him up. I would have said, "Yeah, it's Kate Smith, isn't it?" Because I was always used to refer to him as Kate Smith on stage.
Yeah, he's a super nice guy. Really, yeah, and he's small.
Yeah, he looked like a cool guy.
Like
he was
5 foot.
He was
6.
very short.
Yeah, really short guy. So anyway, go ahead, Cam.
I mean, if Elvis lifted his arm up, Charlie would fit in his armpit.
Yeah,
just about.
So I don't think it brings out in this book right here, but the song list that they had, I've got copy. They released somebody released a CD about the creator. It's called A Cold Night in Nashville, and it's a CD with copies of all the demos that he had there to listen to record. And there's some really good ones. And Jerry Sheff had one song in there, and you could if you heard them, you would think, man, that was would sound good if you sped it up a little bit. You could see it fit him, but he was due to do a cover of "A Rainy Night in Georgia" that night.
Oh,
That would have
you,
been unbelievable.
you mean the one he made reference to in On Tour?
It's a rainy night in Georgia. All right.
Oh,
Starts off. I can't think of it.
it's a hard time. He says it's a hard
Hot
time in
time.
Florida.
Yeah, and he goes, because it starts
Rainy
off
night.
over and over my suitcase. It's a great song. Brooks Benton, I think is the one that did it originally. And then they were supposed to finish doing some overdubs with Way Down, and then some other demos there that would have been the first time songs. I'll have to bring them for the next live that we do, and we'll do some clips of them. You'll hear them. They would have been some good songs. I'm missing. Let's see. I'm missing the chat here. Let me get. Sorry, guys. I've only gotten
that comedy sketch we saw that morning of Charlie was just brilliant.
Kelsey, while also being that young, I'm sure she has regrets about how things happened that day. But she seems like a very kind lady. Yeah, I agree.
Bob is all over that book like a house on fire. She clicked on the link and decided to order the book one time.
Awesome.
There we go, Bob. That's the way to go.
You know what would be cool? She remembers me because I reached out to her because she wouldn't let me buy more than 2 books. And that's how I found out about what was happening. So because what I did is I ordered 4, and then she reimbursed me for 2. It says she's only limited 2. So I sent her a message through Facebook, and I told her what I wanted to do, and I just gave her my link and who I was. So she went ahead and let me buy the other 2. So I would like to try to get her on the show one time.
That would be cool.
But I think she's a really private lady. I think she just doesn't want to get mixed up with that. But I'm going to reach out to her, see if she would like to come on the show. Just talk about what little Charlie was like, because, she was with him I think she was his only wife. I don't think he ever married.
No, he didn't marry after.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Christine been here before? I'm not sure. Sorry if you have, Christine, but your name
I need to call her and let her know that she's probably thinking, what am I all these popping up all of a sudden? Cool. Good. All right. So anyway, we've gotten 2 pages here. The comments were made. What in the hell could a 42-year-old woman do? What?
Welcome.
Oh, wait. One time, Billy suggested to Elvis that maybe he should look for a woman closer to his age. And Elvis said, what in the hell would a 42-year-old woman do for me? He liked them young. And, and I mean, I don't mean that in a derogatory way. He just liked younger women.
Yeah.
And he had the, he had them out there. When Ginger's grandfather died, Elvis flew them all, and there's a lot of good pictures of this. He flew all of the whole family to Harrison, Arkansas on January 3rd. This is just before this. That was just before this whole thing. Yep, here it is. So I was right. So what was happening is he just got through taking them all to the funeral, and he and Charlie hummed the song "Amazing Grace," and with the minister. And then the following day, he took Ginger and her sister Rosemary to Palm Springs, where he celebrated his birthday that weekend in quiet domestic peace. I'll put it that way.
You were going to say quiet dumbass peace.
I know. So you're good.
I'm just a hugger,
Oh, wait a minute. This is what how about like this?
I got a dirty, dirty feeling.
Anyway, so it does. He's sitting there. Okay, so they were now I'm getting excited because I remember these facts. So the session was set for the 20th. So he's in Arkansas, cold weather on the 7th for a funeral, on the 3rd for a funeral. Then he goes to Palm Springs where the weather, it's, I'm sure it's not 100 degrees, but I'm sure, Deb and them would know pretty much. Oh, you know what? Who would know? Lori would know what the weather would be like in January. I would say it's probably at least the 80s. So he's in nice, comfortable weather in January in Palm Springs. And then he turns around and goes to Nashville. You know what that does to a man who sings, and then also a person that, he's already going through a lot of health issues.
Can I fall in here quickly? I just want to help Helen out before I
Yeah,
forget.
no, go ahead, dude. This is our
Yeah,
channel.
yeah, Helen. Search your local eBay for Charlie's book, because I have noticed some.
She doesn't ship international.
Oh shite!
Hey, Helen,
Okay.
I'll tell you what I'll do. She won't ship international, or you might have to ask her. You might have to send her a message and ask her if she'll, just tell her that you, you know what? Does it say in her? Oh, it says ships worldwide. So she does ship worldwide now. Oh, I don't know why you're not getting it.
Yeah, just search your local eBay, Helen, for the book. You should find it. I know sometimes the US websites, especially like Amazon and eBay, if I click on links that Rick sends me, sometimes they don't take me there either.
Yeah, that may be. If you have email me, Ellen, if you have any issues, and I'll help you out with it. I'll get it to you somehow. You can, I'll if I have to, I'll pick it up for you, and we can just work out the payment, and I'll get it to you if you can't get it through there. But you want to buy it from
Sir,
her; it's the best price. Real quick, I'm going to jump subject here, real quick. Kirsty,
yeah.
I have always thought that. I've never said anything, but I've always thought that Charlie was
Seriously though?
secretly in love with Elvis. Yeah. Think about it. Think about something. A couple things. He shows some of those tendencies in his mannerisms. Okay, first of all, when some of those times when he would stand there and hold the microphone for Elvis while he was doing "Are You Lonesome Tonight," he would do
Oh,
he would
yeah.
do that. His hair,
The
the way
hand
he had
gesture.
it bleached. That my brother, who he was gay, and he had dark hair like I did. He would bleach it like that. But he to me, I don't know. I don't even want to talk about it like that. But I agree with you, Kirsty. I think that's a possibility, but I'll never know. But I do.
Wow.
I think when I talked to him, I didn't see any of that. But anyway, I've heard some people say that, but I love Charlie to no end. I think he was one of the most loyal people
Yeah.
to Elvis that ever walked this earth. Even more loyal than some relatives, and more loyal than any ex-wives.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Brent's got a point. If he was, probably on a subconscious level.
Yeah.
Shame.
No, but you know what? I don't care. I really don't care.
Yeah, no, I don't
He was
care.
a great guy and everything, and I'm pretty sure we know that Elvis wasn't, especially after that South Africa they come in there and that's a great story. For those of you that weren't with us when we were reading that part of the book on the Colonel, Elvis, when he was in Germany, he was trying to get it. He was having a problem with some acne and stuff like that on his face. So there was some guy who was he was recommended from South Africa that did work like that. He hired the guy come in there, and one day they're all sitting out in the room outside, and Elvis come running out of the room. He said, "That guy's homosexual." I guess the guy made a pass, so the guy, I guess, then he's trying to threaten Elvis with
Breach
revenge.
of contract.
Yeah, and he also threatened to come out and say certain things about Elvis, and
And he
wound up
still.
Yeah, that wound up not coming to fruition. But
Just so that the people out there know, not everyone from South Africa
I know,
is gay, guys.
no.
We have some really heterosexual guys in this country. Trust me.
Oh yeah, you're right, Laurie. We used to go out to the Mojave Desert and ride motorcycles, and when we go out there in December and January, man, it'd be nice and hot. You'd have your shirt off, but man, come that when soon as that sun sets,
It gets cold.
oh, it gets cold. So that would that would make sense for Palm Springs. So anyway, you know what I'm going to do for next week. I'm going to bring in some samples of what he was supposed to record at Creative Workshop. It's pretty interesting. There's some good ones. Now, what I did is one of the songs I thought it would sound good, but I thought it was too slow. So I took it and I manipulated it to be a faster tempo, and it doesn't affect the pitch or the voice. So it makes it sound makes it sound almost along the lines of a Word in Love.
Oh no, because the way you're going with this discussion now, catch up with the comments before you 648 comments behind. Because he says, I'll bet there's some fan fiction out there of Charlie and Elvis being a couple with a pussing herself laughing
Yeah.
face, and then Valve comes with, yes, maybe the other guy secretly had the hearts for Elvis too.
Oh well,
Elvis turned them.
hey, I think Colonel did. I think just based
Yeah.
upon what we read in that book, he couldn't stand Elvis being around women. Colonel primarily had male secretaries and male assistants. Well, back in those days, it was pretty much that way. It was very. I'm looking at a different time period. I'll just shut up. We can write our own book of theories, and and then somebody can sit down here on a channel and talk. We'll write a book about it, and it'll wind up on Louis' page one day. Anyway, so where are we at now?
We'll save it for our new Elvis gay cast, Brent says.
What are we doing? How did we get here?
I know that's why I said to Costi, oh no, where are we going with the conversation now?
We digress, man.
Oh no. Brent says it's about a coffee table book.
Kathy goes, oh, just shut up before you like it. She's laughing. And we would too. If he got wind of what we're talking about right now, oh man. Okay, I got to leave it alone. Jesus, man, I'm the worst for attracting flies. You know what I mean?
Oh hell. That would drive me. You have a fly swatter? Oh, seriously? Oh.
Oh, geez. Now we change the subject.
Oh no, Kirsty, no apology necessary. No foul.
Yeah, there's no foul. I mean, you guys know that we'll talk about anything. It's just something. It just that's one thing I really don't want to think about. But I never. There's only two subjects we don't talk about, guys. Kathleen laughing out of the fly. Oh my God! Here's the fly. Oh, here comes his brother. Ew, Rick, you're Renfeld. I got my sound effects, man. All right. Well, what was that other one?
Had you all go in there for a second.
Yeah, had me going. I can't find the damn thing now. I got so many different ones here. All right, so where were we? Talking about flies and gays. What the subject are we? How did we get here? I will read it maybe, but not only from the library. I'm not buying it. I'm checking to see if Gronick is on media shows this week. He's been all over media. He has been all over. Now, tomorrow night at midnight, I'm going to be waiting for the release at midnight because tomorrow's the 4th. It's supposed to be released on the 5th at midnight. So I'm going to go live, and it's going to be downloaded to my Kindle. And then I'm just going to kind of peruse through it. We'll talk about it and just kind of highlight. I can't read it or they'll strike me. But we'll go through, we'll just kind of pick some. I want to go through the documents. It's just kind of, anyway. I'm sure we'll start off with Gronick and we'll wind up with some stupid book.
I gotta break away for a second. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, so that whole thing just turned out to be. Oh, guess Larry Geller appears in the picture. We're not going to get to the end of this book. There's too much stuff here. Wait a second. So they got engaged supposedly on December 25th, correct? Oh, thanks, Elvin. I appreciate that. I got some more coming out tonight. I'm going to do all the masters from it, from disc 1. I'm going to cover all of those. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to do any more of the outtakes because the outtakes won't have overdubs in them anyway. So what are they going to do? They might remove some other instruments. I'm going to compare them and listen to them. If there's something worthwhile, I'll do that. I want to find the 34 that are supposed to be newly remixed. And there's really not a whole lot of choices when you think about it. There's not going to be any of the rehearsals in that, but there's some rehearsals that sound a little bit better. Not a whole lot. And then disc number 2 is the outtakes. I don't know where they get the 34 because Burning Love doesn't sound any different from the original. It's just louder. Well, the book is almost 700 pages, but 300 of it is just pictures of documents, which, you got to read them and everything. But the narrative is like 300 something pages. So I'm thinking that when you're reading the book, it refers you to a document in the back. That's just what I'm thinking. But I'll know tomorrow night. I'll know in 36 hours. Is that about right? I'm also getting the audio book too, and then I'm going to get a hard copy signed. Just because I want to have it. I don't know what to expect. So it says right here that nobody answered me on that. I always heard that he proposed to her on December 25th of 1976. But right now in the book by Gronick, it says on January 26th, after he returned home from creative workshop, and after they had all that fighting and they had all that arguments and back and forth, he formally proposed to Ginger on the 26th of January. So do you propose twice, or is it formal? Do you just say, hey, you want to get married? Yeah, then you do a formal proposal? I don't know. I just asked and we got married. I don't know.
Yeah, I've never heard of a formal thing. I did the same. I just proposed, and that was it.
Yeah, I mean, I know that some people do. You get everything, do a specific way. You gotta, you take them to dinner and you get out and you pop the ring in their dessert or what. My wife and I, we'd already been married, and we just decided to get married and got a preacher. Went down to Citadel College. It's in South Carolina, where they had a nice, beautiful open field. It was me, Lori, my a best man, a maid of honor, and my daughter, my oldest daughter. Well, my only daughter at the time. was there. That was it. We didn't need anybody else. The rehearsals, in my opinion, should not be included in the box. They should have just done what they said they were going to do.
Yeah, remove
Release,
the overdub.
release. If they wanted to do all the Sunset Boulevard songs, they should have just done the studio songs, not the rehearsals. They could have very well just released the rehearsals on another disc, or just don't promote this disc as newly. I don't know. Some of the things they did to the rehearsals I heard don't sound any better, or they sound worse.
They sound they sound easy. They don't sound better to me.
Mm-mm. Well, tonight's I'm probably going to have two. Oh, Cam, I might have found the solution. I messaged a guy who knows all about OBS and how to do guests and get the stereo sound, and he sent me he did a video on it, and he sent me the link. So I'll send you the link to watch it, and I'm going to watch it so that I can get you in on this with me on these, because it'd be good to have both of us talking about it. So I'm going to release another one tonight. It's going to have 4 songs on it, 3 of the rehearsals, which I think were pretty good sounding. And then I'm going to have Burning Love. I did the outtake of Burning Love, but it really didn't, to me, it didn't do anything different. And as far as removing overdubs, you can't remove overdubs from something that doesn't have overdubs. It was doublets.
They were overdubblers.
Yeah. So anyways, I'm going to do what I've got with Burning Love is I'm comparing 3 Burning Loves. I'm comparing the original release, complete master. I'm comparing the pre-dubbed release before the master, and then I'm comparing it to the new one.
Okay, so you're doing the master take, the undubbed master, and the remastered one,
and then the new one. So because in theory, if they remove the overdubs on 34 songs, and if Burning Love was one of them, then the one that they released now should be close to the one that was released without the overdubs before.
Yeah, the undubbed master.
And technically, I shouldn't even be comparing it to the original. As far as, well, I have to record the original because to me they sound the same. It does. Yeah, I'm telling you right now. There's a lot of people saying they love it, and that's perfect. I more power to them. They listen to it in a different way than I do. Most people don't listen to music the way I do. And that's sitting here with headphones on. Most people have it in their car. Most people have them on their iPhone, maybe with earbuds. That's listening to it with your headphones. Or some people listen to the stereo system, which is not with headphones on. We could have headphones on. So, but anyway, in order to get the true release that they meant to do or supposed to do, you would have to really understand it. I'm confusing myself now. Now I sound wrong. Anyway, I explain it when it's easier just to listen to me on the video, because I explain it better and you can hear what I'm doing. See, I saw a review by somebody, and actually I saw a review by 3 or 4 different people. Really nice channels, really good. They gave their honest opinions, and what they had to say was very true. But the problem is how does the person watching that review understand what they're saying without hearing it?
Yeah, they don't understand what they're looking for.
Okay, and I give the example. I repeat this example. You go buy a car. You go. You look at it. You drive it. You feel it. You touch it. All that good stuff, and you buy the car. You go buy a piece of furniture. You go check it out. Sit on it. Your bed. You lay out. You check it out. But when you buy a box set, you don't get to check it out. You don't know what it's going to sound like. So for those of you that haven't bought the box set, I'm giving you that drive test. I'm letting you hear it, and and the only way you're going to understand what I'm saying is you listen to it with headphones. Otherwise, you're wasting your time with me because you got to hear it with the headphones because you'll understand what I'm saying. And then you make your decision from there. And I just say, it's all a matter of taste. But I want people to understand that you're not getting what they promise you if you don't have the songs with the overdubs removed. And you know what? I may come across all of them all at once, and then that's what happened with Memphis. I started off with the shitty productions they did, and I was really bitching about the box set. And then when I got to the Jungle Room, and the last couple of years, was it Stax, and what sessions were they in Memphis? They were Stax, and they had they had the Memphis session, the American Sound, they had Stax, and they had the Jungle Room. And the Stax and the Jungle Rooms were really good. A lot of the American Sound, they turned them into mono. I don't understand that. It's like going back to the 50s and the early 60s when everything was released in mono. Mono. Yeah, I mean, people are going to love them, and that's fine. But I just want everybody to have the opportunity to know what my opinion is, and if some of them tell me that, I actually haven't had really been anybody tell me I was wrong, but I did have somebody tell me that the cello sound was actually a guitar, and I go, I know the difference between a cello and a guitar.
Really?
Yeah. I know the sound. Anyway, we digress. But thanks anyway, Elvin. That was a long one. Hey, cat girl. So, according to this, he formally proposed to Ginger on the 26th. After all that arguing in Memphis, in Nashville, with the creative sound, he explained the 26th was an important date since 2 + 6, and he was very into numerology. And since 2 + 6 added up to 8, and 8 was his number. He'd already called the jeweler, of course, Lowell Hayes, in the early hours, and told him to have a diamond as big as the teeth. Good Lord.
11.5 carat.
5 days later, they flew to Las Vegas with Billy and Joe Smith. Then went on to L.A. to celebrate Lisa's 9th birthday. And 24 hours later, they were home again. I wonder if Lisa was at camp. Yeah, it's getting to the point where he doesn't even want to tour anymore. He refused to go on the next tour unless Ginger agreed to go with him. It was just a short 10-day hop. She was with them. I think she was with him when I saw him in Atlanta. I think he introduced her, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm just thinking of the CBS special. To Kathy Westmoreland, he spoke convincingly of his happiness, and Kathy had no doubt that it was real, although she could discern clouds on the horizon in the person of Ginger's mother and sisters. Now that I have heard. I have excellent HP headphones from Omen, but even with Sony in earphones, it's a much better experience than listening without any at all. Huge difference. It is. I stress so much to listen to, Now, when I'm just sitting here and I'm doing, I'm working in the room here doing stuff,
Hey, Jack.
I'll crank up the stereo and play stuff through there. And usually it's the Memphis concert '74 because that rocks and motivates me. That's at this period it changes. I'll go to the '69 concert as a motivator, but lately it's been the Memphis '74 concert. That thing just rocks. When he gets towards the end, he's doing Lottie Miss Claudie and he's doing My Baby Left Me and oh God. And it rocks my room. And my dogs come in here and sit. They like the music. I was surprised. And I think get them start dancing. I know there's somebody in this room haunting it. They're good dogs. So hey Jack, Ginger's first show was San Francisco, 11/29/76, I think. That was not long. That wasn't long after. When did they say they met? Because Linda left in '76, right? They were together from 17
October.
He left in October, so he wasn't together with Ginger long before he got engaged.
Nope.
And this is saying he got engaged on the 26th because it was his number, the 26th of January. But then it's always been the story that they got engaged on Christmas Day, '76. I don't know. Ginger's sisters, especially that Rosemary. Yeah, I've heard that they were Ginger Alden's first Elvis concert as his girlfriend was November 30th. Yeah, I think that's what Jack just said, wasn't it? In Anaheim. She had met Elvis the night before at Graceland. So God. Good Lord, that's not. What was it Jack said? Jack said. Who was it that said it was the. Oh, well, never mind. Nothing important. Oh, there was Ginger's first show was San Francisco 11/29, I think. And then, anyways, it was close to that about that time. I think he only gave her the ring to keep her around. Billy and Joe said he had no intentions of marrying her. Yeah, I oh, Jesus. Why don't I just make this thing the size of a... Sorry, guys. There it is right there. He says, no, I don't want to highlight that. Thank you. I'm trying to see if this will tell when the first concert was. Doesn't say, does it? No. Bada bings. Talks about the creative. Yeah, she doesn't say anything. I'm pretty sure she was at the Atlanta show that I saw him at because I just remember him just saying, introducing her. Now, I think his father was sick at the time. He hadn't been, I don't think he was on tour with him at that time. Briggs was with the band at the time. Briggs is a good clavinet player, keyboardist. See, he's even having, because Ronnie Tutt didn't play the last shows either. Ronnie didn't. I don't think Ronnie played the last 3 shows. No,
I'm not sure. Jack would know for sure.
Yeah, supposedly it was a family emergency, and then there's other stuff about contract dispute, and I don't know. But he didn't play the last 3 shows at, who was it? Larry Loudon?
Larry London.
And Jerome played one.
Yeah.
And you could tell the difference. You could tell the difference in the drumming. I mean, there's no dispute when if you listen to those shows. I think the last show he was on was the one that was broadcast. Was the one they recorded for broadcast, wasn't it?
I'm not sure.
Ronnie missed Madison 6/24/77, but the life he was at Cincinnati and Indy. Yeah, I'm talking. Yeah. 6/27. The last show was the 27th. So, so but he wasn't at the very last show.
Who? Ronnie?
Yeah.
No, Ronnie played last show.
Ronnie played the last show?
Yeah. He missed out on the 24th one.
Well, he missed out on 2 shows. I'm pretty sure.
He was there on the 23rd in Cincinnati. The 24th he missed, and then the 26th, which was the last one he was at.
Hmm. They were scheduled to fly out on the evening of March 3rd. Elvis decided he needed to set his affairs in order. Does that mean he had an idea something was happening? Who would be accompanying the group to Hawaii had gotten even deeper into debt into his new house. So Elvis signed over another $55,000. I remember all this to Dr. Nick on top of the $200,000 he had already loaned him. Because I remember there were stupid ass rumors about Nick in order not to have to pay Elvis back. That would be stupid. I don't think he would never do that. I hate rumors like that. But there's so many. Talk about a rumor mill. Larry Geller noted mordantly in his diary, but they followed the same protocol. What did he say? Everybody looks older than they are. Was it freaking Hawaii? That was his last vacation. And Ginger was there. Billy was there. Joe Esposito, wasn't that the one where Joe's wife was there and he was there?
Yeah.
He took to everybody. I gave my son a list of all the places, like the hotel and, of course, the arena and all that. I want him to go around and snap pictures, and I'll never get him. He's so freaking busy. He's too busy looking at his Club Med home. The place he lived in Seattle looked like a bomb shelter that you put underground. The place he lives now in Hawaii looks like Club Med. It's unbelievable. Wow. Where they set him up there in Hawaii. He loves it there. But he hasn't decided. He might his time's going to be up in March of next year, and he might go to the Army. But he's having a lot of. He says he's just getting tired.
Oh, Jack, the terrible tribulations of a busking musician. You had to go to a party last night. I feel for you, buddy. That must have been terrible.
The last place I played was up in Connecticut, and it was actually a graduation party for a bunch of kids, but it was the music. They hired us because the parents wanted us. The kids just wanted to do whatever they wanted. They didn't want it, but they got out there and started dancing. But the parents, man, they were partiers. They were worse than the kids. That was a fun party, though. Out in a gazebo, really nice gazebo, and
Oh, yeah, no, then it is terrible. Jack saying he was the designated driver. Oh, yeah, no, then it's terrible.
did you keep it under .08? No, there's one more chapter in this book. I don't really want to get into it yet because it's his passing, and I'd rather do it next week when it's close to the week, when it's the week of. I want to close this book out with that. We've covered everything from on these three was careless love, with Last Train to Memphis, with the Colonel books. We've covered the Hollywood years, the Army years, and they each got a lot of same things. But I don't know how much more we could beat it to death without coming up with more questions.
Yeah.
So I guess the question I do have now is, we talked about this last night, is the next book we go to, once we're finished with Gronik's book, the new one, and that's going to be a Saturday thing. But on this show, I want to get away from the Gronik books. I want to get away from, the Colonel per se. It's always going to be there. I'd like to. We mentioned something last night about an uplifting book. Maybe we could do the Charlie book. We could get through that pretty quick. Or what ideas do you guys have? Let me close this out. We're pretty much removed from scene. Yes, I want to remove it. What do you think, Cam? What do you guys think would be a good book? Somebody suggested something last night.
Yeah, I said Lisa's book, but we can do Well, I'm with you on that one. Anything but the Colonel. I'm pretty much the Colonel is just about
Okay.
full now.
Yeah. I'm kerneled out. There's so much, and we're going to have enough of Priscilla by the time we're through with that book. And all I want to do is start the new year focusing on all the other, the great stuff that were written by other people. So the two books that I'd really like to talk with everybody here is Lisa's book and Destined to Die Young. Those would be a couple good books to discuss.
I forgot about Sally's book.
And I'm going to reach out to Sally and see if I can get her to pop in one day.
Her book's coming out now soon too, isn't it?
Destined to Give. And I think it'd be kind of cool to review her Destined to Die Young sometime before it comes out. Destined to Fly was a really good book. It was a real quick read, really nice. It's all about Ron Strauss, Elvis's pilot. But what do you guys think? There's a lot of books. Yeah, Kirsty, no more. We're not Looney Louie. Yeah. So while I want to do, I made the offer to everybody, and I want to do this anyways. I'm going to get her book. I'm going to review it, and I'm just going to spend the show comparing what I found between the three books and the differences in that, and just hold one show on it. And I'll just start at the beginning. We'll just do the whole show on a Sunday, covering the whole book, or the book chat. We'll do it on the book chat, whatever. Because I don't want to drag it out like we did with all these books. But with Colonel, we did cover 3 different books. So I'm kerneled out. Destined to Die. Good idea.
Let's take a vote on that one then. Give them a choice of like 3, and then let's vote on.
All right, talk to him a minute. I'll create a poll.
Okay, so we got Destined to Die Young is one. Lisa's book is another one.
Okay, go ahead.
And then something like Charlie's book.
Yeah.
Or even Destined to. Okay, yeah. Charlie's book, Lisa's book.
Hold on. Let me add these in here.
And then Sally's book.
Okay, Destin. I need my light on here. I'm just going to put Destin. Everybody will know what that is.
Yeah, because Bob suggested Destined to Fly also.
Okay. Well, we could probably pop those two together because Destined to Fly will be pretty quick. So, So it'll say option A. So you're going to put A for that one. What was the second book?
Which one did you put for A?
Destined?
Yeah, and then
Lisa's
that's
book.
Lisa's book, and then Charlie's book.
Okay. Oh, okay. Lisa's book. These will be a little more positive. I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. And the third one will be Charlie's book. And then
Charlie's
whatever these land out, 1, 2, 3, that's how we'll do them in order from this point. That way we don't have to be doing it every time. And then I'll just put Charlie, the RLIE. I gotta spell it right. Yeah, option C. So what you'll do, like we did with the giveaway, you'll hit pound A, pound B, or pound C. I'm gonna get rid of that option. Let me get it all set up here. How does it look? Okay. No. Okay. Where's the copy link? Enable hashtag voting. Show title. Yeah. And this is gonna be book review. All right. Title color. Title size. Oh, that's legend. Okay, can you all see all the options there? I need to delete option E there because there is no E. Okay, so those are the options. And that should be it. All right, guys. Looks like we already got choices going. Just put in hashtag A, hashtag B, hashtag C for the one you want. Let's just let them go for a little bit while we chat. We'll let it go for about 2 minutes here. Baby Let's Play House is a good read. Baby Let's Play House. Number C. Elvin said C. Charlie's. Okay, come on. So Destin and Charlie's in the lead. Look at that. We got a lot of people voting. We're getting more people voting than we did for the polls. for the butt polls. I know that sounds bad for the butt poll. Let me explain what that was, because it doesn't sound good, does it? What we did is, for those of you, some of you know what we're talking about. Oh God, what about 3 or 4 months ago? Somebody had a suggestion. Let's do a contest, and each week we submitted everybody submitted, not everybody, but pictures of rear shots of Elvis. So we just called it the butt poll, and everybody.
I think it was Val. Sorry to interrupt you.
It was
Leslie. It was Val or Cat.
Leslie yes. That. And so everybody submitted. We went on for like 4 weeks until we wound it all the way down to the winner, which I don't remember who it was. But so we just called it the butt poll. You know, I didn't know what else to call it, rear end view, but it was just kind of funny. So there was nothing, you know, nasty or rude about it. It was just, you know, and then we had another poll too for something that we did. Best dramatic scenes, best comedy scenes. It was kind of fun doing that, but you kind of run out of different things to do. Plus, it started becoming too time-consuming when we decided to start doing books.
Rich kind of coined the butt poll thing because he made a graphic for it.
Well, yeah, when we did the final one, he called it the Super Butt Bowl.
Yeah. So
it was kind of funny, you know. Nothing was meant to be, you know, insulting or all that, you know. I say a lot worse things just off, you know, that I don't mean to say, and I have to stop and think of words I say that I don't mean that way, but it comes out that way. Where are we at? We're right now. It looks like Charlie's book's winning. Let's give it one more minute. Well, Jack, that was suggested, and we decided. I said no way, no way. We had one person send us a picture. I saw that picture. I said, "There's no way."
Oh, the
You ever
Battle
look
of the
the bulge?
Bulge.
Yeah, the Battle of the Bulge is what they wanted to call it, and I said, "No, I'm not doing that." Now that was just, we sat and talked about it a little bit, and that's pushing it. I think some people would be offended by that. But a rear view or Elvis's best smile or stuff like that—that's one thing. I don't even want to read that comment. All right, so it's Charlie's book. So what we're going to do is we're going to do Charlie's book next. We're going to do then we'll do Destin after that, and then Lisa's book didn't really get any votes, it looks like. So so we're going to do Charlie's book after next week, after Elvis week, because next Sunday we're going to finish off Careless Love with the chapter with Elvis passing, and that book's done. And then the book, those two books they're brand new, and I had bought them at the beginning. Because my other ones they were so beat up and damaged, and I wound up having to toss them because they got wet when the basement got flooded. So I threw them out. But when we started these books, I bought them. Amazon had them. I could buy the whole set for like $30. So they're brand spanking new. So I'm gonna give them away when we're done with Colonel and with Priscilla. I'm gonna do a giveaway with that set. So anybody that wants that set of Last Train to Memphis and Careless Love, we'll do a giveaway like we did today with Lisa's book. These books aren't signed though, but it'll be a nice set. They're nice books. They're not hardback, they're paperback, but they're really nice. They're nice books. They're good and thick and heavy, and so anybody that doesn't have them, it's a nice set to have. I make fresh nectar twice. We're under recipes. I want to see that. That sounds good. I make fresh nectar twice a week for them. I see. Oh, are we talking about hummingbirds? My mom used to. Yeah, we'll do Destin next after we do Charlie's book. Charlie's book won't take but a couple of weeks. It's not a real. I think it's only like 200 something pages. And I'll do the same thing I've been doing. I'll scan the pages and I'll highlight certain sections and go through. And then we'll do Destined after that. And then maybe I'll be able to I'll reach out to, she's a really busy person, especially on Sundays, but I'll just see if the first thing I'm going to do is ask her permission, because I don't want to infringe upon showing her book, because her and I I don't want to say we're friends, but I've had the pleasure of doing an interview. If you haven't had a chance to see it, it's the first interview I ever did with an author or something like that, and it really was. It was probably close to about an hour and a half, Cam. It's a nice, I enjoyed it. And she said she enjoyed it. She said she had a good time interviewing anybody like that, or anybody. I've never done an interview. So what I did is I spent 3 weeks watching as many of her interviews with other people. And the reason why I did that is because I didn't want to be popping out the same question. I wanted to come up with something different. So our background and everything. And then I just said, okay, what in the world made you want to jump into this rabbit of Elvis's health? She kind of laughed, and it kind of got it relaxed me, and we just talked about it, and I did it just like I do here. I did it without a script. I knew how I wanted to start it, and I know that once you guys know me well enough to know that when I start something, like we're getting ready to leave, it's going to be 2 hours later before I'm finished talking about it.
Yeah, you guys had more of a conversation than a formal interview, which was nice.
Let me remove that off the screen. We already know. Poll. All gone, poll. All right. Well, while we're talking, let me highlight a few things here. Rich, y'all know Rich was a part of this channel for a while, and he's got so much going on in his personal life. He wasn't able to commit to what we were doing anymore. Though we will do some collaborations, hopefully over Elvis Week. We're going to do a live. We're going to stream the vigil if they got the camera going, which hopefully they do. I'm just going to stream it and we can chat during it. And then so we but Rich has got a radio station too. A beautiful I love his graphic. Tupelo Radio. He does the same thing I do. Plays Elvis music. My station does 24/7 also, no ads, and I got every song, studio song, every album that was released, not counting FTDs and all that. I'm going to do features with that. So you feel like listening to Elvis, go to 365 Radio and you can listen to either Rich's or mine. Mine's Blue Moon Radio. And it's Elvis 24/7. And soon we'll have Barry White on there doing therapy.
Therapy with Barry White.
So his channel is Elvis for the Record. He's great. He does the Elvis for the Record show, and that's on Fridays, or is it Sundays? Sundays.
No, I think it's after hours.
Okay.
He moved it from.
All right,
Friday.
I need to check in with him on his times then. So I just like to kind of just highlight his stuff because we are a team. Featured, I got that right, and we covered that. Release a book giveaway. I think I got everything covered.
Good evening, folks.
Folks. No more commercials. But there is one more thing. It's our station, our radio. I see. So you all know about our Saturday watch parties. Well, not Saturdays, but this is for tomorrow night. I'm going to post this out tomorrow about going live tomorrow night at midnight for the book. It's just going to be a release watch and a chat. Instead of doing the one we usually do on Tuesday, I'm just going to move it to Monday night, Tuesday morning. And, hopefully they'll pop it out at midnight and we'll just kind of look at it, talk. So that notification will go out. It'll be on Discord and it'll be on YouTube notification. And then these are all our regular shows. Today's coffee date every Sunday at 1:00 Eastern Standard Time. And then we've got my logo, Elvis-A-Z. We got Live 365, which is where our Blue Moon Radio is. Blue Moon. And then we got our Inside the Studios at 2 on Saturdays, Eastern Standard Time. Saturday morning, 11 a.m. book chat. We had a pretty good chat this weekend. So we finished those two. Those two books are done. And then our watch party on Saturday night, 5:00, a new documentary every week. We covered 2 documentaries yesterday. We did Elvis in the Army and Elvis and Priscilla, and the next one's going to be the Memphis Mafia. They're actually pretty well done, The nice thing that with the Priscilla one is we didn't have to listen to her talk. That's what I think. That's what gets us.
Yeah.
Like with the Pierce Morgan one. So that's our.
Excuse me, guys. I'm yawning here.
Yeah, I'm about to wind down here in a minute too. Discord. If you would like to join the Discord, I'm working on doing more features with it once we get a few more people in there, and it seems to be a good place for me to put notifications up real quick. I'm about to sneeze. All right, so that's I don't know what else we got to cover. Congratulations to Kelsey. It was nice for her to. She got won the book, and then we saw her products that she sells. We saw what Leslie sells. I'll put out the notification probably Wednesday or Thursday, my website will be back online with all updated new information.
Oh,
Let's cover buttholes again. Oh, jeez. Oh, my God. Can't win. Oh, my God. I gotta have a good one there.
I got a dirty, dirty feeling.
Or let's just play it right.
I got a dirty, dirty feeling.
That's a great song. Tickle Me.
mm.
From the movie Tickle Me. Then for you, I went up to $200, Kelly, and I'm about to cut ties with Spectrum. I just I reduced my service to TV because I wasn't watching anything on it anymore. So I reduced everything. I cut $100 off my bill because I have the internet with them, and I have well, I have everything. I have the phone, the internet, and but I was able to reduce it $100. But our phone bill, we changed from AT&T, and when we went to Spectrum, our bill was cut into half with Spectrum. But they're trying to raise some prices on stuff too. So, laughing out Cameron and Elvis-A-Z. Once again, I'm going to appreciate the donations. We're almost there. You all saw the flowers. If you dropped in late, let me show you real quick our flower arrangements that we've got. And that's in, where is that at? Features. It's in features. Yeah, there it is. So these were the pictures that we put up to, well, we wound up doing a collage on, and that's the top. I need to raise that up. And that picture. And we put it into that arrangement. Now the flowers are going to be red and white. The roses are going to be red and white. And we're going to take that TCP, and I'm having a placard made down below to sit on the easel that will have that bolt on there. It'll put on, January 8th, 1935 through August 16th, 1977. Some wording. I got to figure out the graphics I want to put behind it. And then I'm going to list all the donors, everybody that donated to the flowers. And we're going to have the A-Z logo and Rich's logo. But we got some really nice donations for the flowers. And so we'll be taking some for a little bit longer. Just about everybody but one person, which there was another option for them to pay. It paid through my PayPal account. So if anybody's interested, the link will be down below. What happened?
Banjo Paul had a question about that.
About
it. He asked, how can you send money?
Oh, okay. Well, here, I will get over here. Comments. I'll just type it in. Let me get my light here. So you go to PayPal, and you send it to all my email address is my account, and all Elvis A-Z at Gmail. Now, if you want to use Cash App, which nobody's really used it, why is it not showing the whole thing? Oh, it won't go over there. Okay, well, that is where you if you want to send a donation for the flowers, just put in the memo flowers to all Elvis-A-Z.com. Oh, all Elvis the number 2Z at gmail.com. And then but all the information would be down below in the description if you want to come back to the replay on here. It's actually in all my new videos listed below. So if you need any other information, just email. Let me get rid of this stupid thing. It's in my way. It keeps blocking my screen. Sally's been vitriolic about the way fans are dressing on their yeah, I know. She's been a little. I haven't really been watching it, but you don't have PayPal. Can you show your bank account details? Yeah, it's the address for that is the Villa Rica Police Department. I'll send that to you. The it's Detective Joe Friday. Kirsty, yeah, Kirsty's mentioned that to me. I haven't really looked into it, but that's disappointing. That's kind of disappointing about that. Any other information anybody needs about that? And once again, I just want to thank you for what was donated for Cam this past week. So that really is helping him out. And then that's about it.
Yeah, I'm with Jack on that one too.
What's that? I'm not following the drama, but it filters through to me. Yeah,
and that's just not only in the Elvis world. That's my life nowadays in general, and it's so much easier.
yeah.
I'm of the mindset, if it doesn't involve me directly or the people that I care about directly, then I'm not interested to know.
Well, you know, the thing about it is that with what I've heard, I don't agree with. I haven't seen any of that. I kind of want to stay away from her because I want to hold on to that opportunity, at least to be able to talk to her when a new book. But I don't know, so I really can't comment on it, you know. But I understand what everybody's saying, and I don't know, what's happening. You all know about the letter that I received not long ago. I didn't tell you who it was from or really what was in it, but I get those every once in a while, especially now that we're doing more of what we're doing, and we're not scripted, so we go off on stuff. And I get an email once in a while. It's not really as nasty as the one that sent me a picture of my home, a Google Map shot of my house on fire. And my wife's not home. I never told her. She would be. Sorry, guys. I gotta check real quick. Check the camera. No, good. She's not home. That doesn't sound good, does it? So, anyway, I had that issue 2 years ago with another guy who went after me because of the comments I made on Shauna and Rhonda's page, which were not bad. They weren't bad comments. I just disagreed with what they were saying because they were attacking Priscilla. Well, I wasn't defending Priscilla. I just made a remark about them saying, well, if she's buried there, I'm going to boycott it. I'll never go back there again. And I just come out and I said, that's ridiculous. How childish is that? So what you're going to do is you're going to punish Elvis and his home and his family because Priscilla's buried there. Walk past it, geez. And then, oh man, did I get a lashing, beat up and going on and on. So anybody knows me, I don't back down on a fight. So I got into it, but I never got nasty. So this guy sent me 2 emails. And the first one was very threatening. And this thing went on for 8 months. So I wound up getting the police involved in that one, and they stopped it. And it's so stupid. So nothing happened for long. And then I get this other email from somebody, no comment, nothing really said on there. There was one thing he said, something in regards that I hope you have an escape route or something along that line. I'm just like, I'm not worried about it. I got cameras all around my house, and I got my dogs that bark, but I got cameras and they'll signal if somebody comes to my driveway. I got a really long driveway. So if somebody gets within 50 feet of my house, it sets off an alarm and my camera pops on my laptop. Because when I'm sitting here, I get to see my dogs in my backyard quite often because they'll go back there and they'll pop up. Plus, I'm a, you know, I don't, you know, I don't. It doesn't make any difference to me really. What, you know, I know that some people don't. Well, I believe in the Second Amendment, so I protect myself, and I'm home by myself almost practically most of the time because my wife works so much, and I get to see her. And when she come home, Cam will tell you that if we're talking and my wife comes home, I tell him I got to go because I want to have a chance to talk and spend some time with my wife. But I'm here alone, so I protect myself. I have to, and I've had to protect myself once in the past, and I say it saved myself and my daughter's life because I had it. Because no police would have ever gotten here in time, but they did get here because anyway, I'm not gonna get into that story. Have the flower. I love the flower. Thanks, Kathleen. Yeah. And we did I show the one that I didn't show the one that was going to Lisa, did I? Did I show the one? No,
not recently. No.
Yeah, here we go. Where's Lisa's book? Flowers. I could have sworn. That's the one going to Lisa's tomb. Memphis Summer. It's a cool name because that's what Jerry used to, that was her nickname, Memphis. So that's going to, and then what Olga's going to do is she's going to take one of the roses off the one display. She's going to go lay it. We got to have these the next Friday. So that because there's only the corporate office just for everything on the flowers and all that. So what we want. So we got to finalize the order by next Friday, which, we're going to finalize it one way or another because, we want flowers, we want to get them there. So, we're going to pay the balance of it. But I don't care, I want to carry it on. I've been doing it for the last 4 years and I want to carry on doing it. So anyways, again, thank you. A lot of donations. We've had quite a few donations toward them. So it's very nice. We got a great community here. You guys are so supportive. So the next book is going to be Charlie's book. That's cool. It's been a long time since I read it. You guys will enjoy it. All right. We got anything else?
No, I have no.
We're at 2.5 hours. Last week was our marathon one. We're not going to get that far today.
Yeah, no, I definitely won't have the energy for that. I got to start winding down. It's 9:30. I still have to make dinner and eat and take a shower.
Okay, the last thing I want to say then, so we get out of here, it's going to be quick. Olga is going to be our roving reporter for Elvis Week. So she's going to be, whenever she has the opportunity, she's going to do like a live feed. And so she's going to let me know, hey, listen, and this isn't going to happen all the time, but she's going to keep us updated on things. And I'm just going to put out a quick video about it. She'll send me a video about something and I'll post it. So we're going to get reports and her visits here and there, whatever she can film. And if she could do a live feed real quick, I'm going to notify everybody through Discord and whatever, and through YouTube and every which way I can. So that's one reason why, if you want to really pop in at that time, I won't be able to do a notification. I could do a notification in the posts on YouTube just to let you know. So actually, I can do it. It's going to be last minute stuff, so I'll arrange it to go live 30 minutes later or whatever time she says, and you'll get it. If you get your notifications, you'll get it. And of course, you'll get a notification once we pop on. So be ready for that if you want to share it. We're live streaming the vigil. If the cameras are going at Graceland, we're going to live stream, watch it, and chat. And then on the funeral, on the day, the memorial, on the 16th, we're going to live stream again and do a chat. It'll be daytime. The vigil will be early stuff. So it's on the 16th we'll do it during the middle of the day so that it's not affecting too many schedules. Anyway, I want to end it on that. We'll put a lot of notifications out. I thank everybody for their support. We had a great trifecta yesterday, and I got some more videos I'm going to put out on the box set, and I think that's about it right now.
I just want my regulars. Thank you so much, guys. It's really it's a privilege to be able to do this for you guys every week.
Yeah. Hey, Brent, I need to talk to you too about making you a moderator. And not that we have any problems, but
It's just we can't do it ourselves.
Well, I've noticed a couple of names pop up about 3 weeks ago that I know are connected that are here trolling. They made some comments. I'm not going to say their names, but they're trolling. So I just like to have somebody moderating. So if they do spit out something stupid and all that, they can moderate the comments because I don't want any of that trash in here. We have a beautiful setup here. No drama. Everybody chats. And don't ever apologize to me for going off on different subjects. This is what it's for. This is a meeting place for Elvis fans to talk about whatever they want to. That's what I want to do. It's an open forum, but we just don't talk politics and we don't talk religion. That's it. Everything else, we can talk about recipes, Columbo. We've talked about Charlie Manson. So, anyway, thank you all. Love you guys. You guys are just awesome. What a great family. You've made Cam and our life so much fun. It is so much fun.
Kathleen says, no, Brent might take me out as a moderator.
Yeah. No, he would never do that.
No.
So let me check. Let's end on this. Let's end on what do I got? How about this?
I'm just a hunger burning love.
Okay. See y'all later.
Thank you, guys.
Be.
Love y'all.
Hopefully see you tomorrow night. Bye.
Bye.